a podcast to OnlyFans.
Whose was that? What noise did that make?
That was from your computer.
Yeah, my phone, my computer. All right, we're good to go.
All right. Stellar.
Coming up, we've got our resident expert and mom of the pod, Caitlin, in the studio. We have a special guest, Reilly, in to talk about Talladega Nights, the Ballad of Ricky Bobby. Run the theme. Did this every time?
Did you save everything right already?
A movie review. Look no further than these dudes. You got real Buzz Rob on the mic. You got Cannabis Keenan, he's alright. Caitlin is giving all she can give, and Calvin doesn't even know where he is. This is Real Buzz Takes with the Real Buzz crew.
Welcome to another edition of Real Buzz Takes. We are the Real Buzz crew. I am Real Buzz Rob.
I gotta catch a glimpse of these warlocks.
And to my adjacent, we have our resident medical expert and mom of the pod, Caitlin. Say hello, Caitlin.
Searching for a boy in high school is as useless as searching for meaning in a Pauly Shore movie.
Which is so ironic because we did that movie and couldn't release it.
I know, I fucked it up.
Sad.
Yeah.
It was a good one.
And to my further adjacent, we have a very special guest today. She is a local business owner and also a big movie fan. Her name is Reilly. Say hello, Reilly.
What's it gonna be?
That's what I'm talking about, man.
It's one of Keenan's old ones. That was
Here we go.
I messed up the drops today, but that's all right because we're going to have a much better episode after the drops, and the movie we're reviewing today is Talladega Nights, the Ballad of Ricky Bobby. Adam McKay's first feature he directed.
Good for him. It was a fucking classic. Immediate classic. Instant classic.
Yeah, the one thing I first noticed when watching it was that I feel like it aged pretty well considering that it came out 14 years ago.
Well, NASCAR doesn't change.
Yeah, what was it? 06, right?
06. Yeah, release date was August 4th, 2006.
And it made a lot of money.
Director was Adam McKay. Before this, so I said it was his first big feature. He actually had one before this. The first film that he directed was Anchorman.
Oh.
Well, then this is his breed, man.
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, I think originally he was a writer on SNL, and I think that's where he and Will Ferrell hooked up, and then subsequently they've done a bunch of movies together.
I think this movie, right off the bat, made more money than Anchorman.
100% it did, but I think that's because of Anchorman.
Because of Anchorman.
Yeah, because Anchorman.
Did he also direct Anchorman too?
He did.
Not as good.
Blaze of Glory around the same time, right?
Not as good, friend.
What it was, but he didn't direct. Adam McKay was not direct, but yeah, it was around the same time.
Around the same time.
Yeah, and so after this, he directed Step Brothers, The Other Guys, underrated movie. I very much enjoy it.
Yeah, I'd never seen it, and Josh was like, "It's on Netflix."
It's really good.
What is it?
Cop movie?
It's a buddy cop movie.
I watched it. That's what I was rhetorically asking Josh.
Good.
Gator don't play no shit.
Gators bitches better be wearing jimmies.
What? No, I wasn't a pimp.
I wish you just. What are you wearing? You look horrible right now. Please stop it. She looks terrible. And then also known for The Big Short, which I think low-key might be his best movie overall, given that it actually has some content that it's a real world story.
Don't need it. Only want funnies.
But it was funny.
No, only want stupid funnies.
Okay, that's fair. It's definitely not stupid funnies. It's definitely,
if Will Ferrell's in a movie and someone doesn't make a joke.
No, but Will Ferrell's not in that movie. Because I'm talking about Adam McKay still.
Oh, yeah, I guess
The Big
so.
Short, that was
Fine.
Steve Carell and, I don't know, a bunch of other people. But yeah, it was...
was that the one where he wore a big prosthetic nose?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was the one that was talking about the 2009 crash, the housing crisis.
Yeah, I don't want to... That sounds like a terrible movie.
Something you haven't seen it, have you?
No.
You need to see it.
I don't know.
It's very good.
I already have to watch a lot of shitty stuff for this podcast.
This isn't shitty.
So.
This is a critically acclaimed film.
That's what you say.
No. That's what the people who critically acclaimed films say.
I don't always agree with critics, man.
All right. And then Anchorman 2. So that was the most...
Not great.
It was fine.
I liked the fight scene.
I liked the joke where he was blind. That was good. Or he wasn't blind, but he's like, I'm blind.
Living in a lighthouse.
And then he talks about how hard it is to masturbate blind. It's great. It's fantastic.
Such a dude.
It's the best. It's the best. Adam McKay, he gets it. Moving on to cast. Will Ferrell as Ricky Bobby. Is it close? That's
a
how,
nice Sasha Baron Cohen.
Sasha Baron Cohen. That's how his wife says
I
it's
think
Sasha.
technically Jean Girard.
Jean Girard. Will Ferrell's
And my wife, Michelle.
Ricky Bobby. John C. Reilly as Cal Naughton Jr. Sasha Baron Cohen as Jean Girard. And then Amy Adams as Susan. Honorable mention to Gary Cole as Reese Bobby. Jane Lynch as Lucy Bobby. Michael Clark Duncan as Lucius Washington. Molly Shannon as Mrs. Dennett. David Keckner as Herschel. John McBrayer. Is it Breyer or Brayer?
I think it's Breyer.
John McBrayer. There's an A in there, so it freaks me out. As Glenn. And then Annie Richter as Gregory. Sasha Baron Cohen's husband.
Wasn't the director?
No, director was Adam McKay.
No, it was the driver. Yeah, never mind.
And Ray, you're going to want to come closer to that mic.
Yeah.
Make sure that mic is close to you at all times.
Yeah. Perfect.
So Will Ferrell, before this, known for SNL Superstar, that Molly Shannon film. Did I mention Molly Shannon in the? Yeah,
Yes,
I did.
You did.
Because she was awesome in this movie. She was just throwing 1,000.
I love the vibrations from the cars.
She was really funny. I mean, obviously she was playing, an alcoholic in a really, really tumultuous marriage, and she
Isn't
was.
that the theme of NASCAR though?
Not wrong.
Sure, maybe. I don't watch a lot of NASCAR. I don't know a lot about it. I know that it's mostly a Southern thing.
They're making a left turn.
For 5.5 hours. NASCAR's the only sport you can watch the last 11 seconds of and get the entire game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although you might miss some crashes. Just saying.
Well, that's why people watch NASCAR. They
There
don't
are
watch it for
always
the racing. They
highlights.
watch it for the crashes.
There are
10
always
times out of
highlights.
10. Also known for A Night at the Roxbury, Old School, which was his breakout role. That's when Will Ferrell became kind of a comedic institution. And then after that did Elf, which further cemented that. Then after
Great
that
movie.
did Anchorman, which even further cemented that. So that's a great 3-movie run. You think you go Old School, Elf, Anchorman. 3 of his biggest movies ever. And he did them consecutively.
I thought it was a joke. I wrote it down in my dream journal.
I said Veronica said a very funny joke today.
This is going to be a long
I thought you were joking.
All quotes.
Veronica said a very funny joke today. And then he did, after this, I don't know if I call it a flop. It was a weird choice. Bewitched with...
Oh, I liked that.
I enjoyed it with
I don't
Nicole Kidman.
know.
I enjoyed it. I don't think it had the same financial
No.
success as the last 3 movies, and it certainly doesn't stand the test of time like the last 3 do, but I enjoyed it.
Her face bothers me.
Not
It
wrong.
really takes away from the movie.
What
for me.
bothers you about Nicole Kidman's face?
Just her face.
Oh, okay.
The nose specifically, or just the face?
I couldn't tell
Okay,
you the
okay.
face.
I mean, I can't...
It's like in Step Brothers where he's like, just fix your face. I want to punch you just fix your face.
I'm gonna do whatever I can to do whatever would make you feel better about with this face. He's like, just you can't.
You can't. I just want to punch it.
And then after this, known for Blades of Glory, Semi-Pro, low-key, one of my favorite Will Ferrell movies, but
Which
it's
is
not
funny
his
because I
best.
love Blades of Glory.
Blades of Glory is good. Semi-Pro's better. I very much enjoy
Haven't seen
Semi-Pro.
either. Horrible.
Oh, they're both good.
I know.
You gotta check
I
them
know.
out.
Blades of
On my
Glory.
list.
I own that bitch
I
on DVD
know.
if you want to borrow it.
DVD.
Yeah.
And then also known for Everything Must Go, which I think is his best movie. And it's not a comedic role.
It was good.
Everything Must Go, I think, is Will Ferrell's best film. Really good. Very much
it's on
enjoyed
Amazon Prime right now.
it. I think it's on Netflix.
I don't remember. One of the two.
One of the two.
I know it was on Amazon Prime
Yeah,
for a long time.
it's definitely a drama, but it's really good. Very much enjoy it. Highly recommend it. His best comedic role, I think, is The Campaign with Zach Galifianakis.
I still think
You haven't seen
I
it?
guess not when it came out. It was
I
a
just
while ago
I
now.
feel like Talladega Nights sets a bar,
I do too. I agree with that.
and it's a high bar, and it's very hard.
that and Step
come on.
Brothers, honestly, that's the two that I think
Step
of.
Brothers,
and
Step
original
Brothers
Anchorman.
is a great
Mhm.
argument. Original Anchorman's a great argument, but in Step Brothers and in this movie, more in this movie than Step Brothers, I feel like John C. Reilly really carries a lot of the comedic load. I could argue that John C. Reilly is actually funnier in this movie than Will Ferrell. He's very funny.
He also got the fun, like, sidekicky role where you could do more dickish, goofy stuff like that. Like
take more risks.
yeah, because you know Will Ferrell had to play the guy at the top of the game, hitting rock bottom, climbing his way back up.
Yeah.
You don't always have time for jokes when you're working that hard, you know.
Also,
I get it.
Also known for Daddy's Home 1 and 2. Again, he likes to work with certain guys. Wahlberg, John C. Reilly, and then Holmes and Watson.
He's
which-
kind of like a Sandler. You're gonna work with the same people, and it works. It works every time.
Yeah, you don't mess with the formula that works. I agree
Exactly.
with that. I would agree with that. And then John C. Reilly. Before this, known for Days of Thunder. Just talked about
Another
Nicole
race car
Kidman.
movie.
Yeah, another race car movie, yes. Boogie Nights, The Thin Red Line, Never Been Kissed, The Perfect Storm, Gangs of New York, Chicago, Anger Management. What was he in Anger Management? Oh, he was a monk. He was the monk
What
in
I
Anger
would like to
Management.
point out about John C. Reilly, which a lot of people don't know because they just know him for goofy sidekick to Will Ferrell.
No, he's a fantastic dramatic actor.
Amazing Broadway performer.
Chicago.
I believe that.
Not just the movie, like Broadway.
No, Broadway for sure. Chicago is the movie film that people would know him as a singer, though.
And that's actually he
Amos.
did that.
Yeah, he was Amos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did that before he got into like the comedic movie roles.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no,
Very talented.
that's-
Insanely talented.
that's why I thought this was a weird casting. I'm like, John C. Reilly, that guy from The Perfect Storm? But he's such a versatile actor, and
Oh yeah.
he can do anything.
Well, I mean, think about Walk Hard, which I would love to do on this podcast.
Walk Hard's-
True.
It's risky.
That
Judd
would be good.
Apatow.
It's risky, but we could do it.
That would be such a quote, especially if Keenan's here with me on that. We would just quote the entire movie. We both love that movie.
It's a great movie,
Fair-
but it also
fantastic
shows his chops as far as comedy and singing and just all the things.
So I was listening to he did an interview a couple years ago with Mark Maron on his WTF podcast, and he talked about like he just commits to everything, whatever he's doing,
Yup.
and he went to clown college to become a clown. And he took his clowning very seriously, like down to the makeup and everything. He said he owns over 100 paintings of clowns. He has this weird thing with clowns. He loves clowns. He wants to.
I have the opposite of
And
that
he is a
thing for
clown.
clowns.
I feel like most people do.
I don't.
Borderline.
I would not want to hang out in his house.
Yeah, no, he says.
Well, I think I would just because it's John C. Reilly.
Yeah, it would
but
go.
I would have to be like clown pictures.
Clowns are scary. We can all agree on that.
They're just weird. Just
Yeah.
creepy. I mean, anytime there's like a bad guy who like kidnaps a kid from a carnival, clown.
Oh, you mean John Wayne Gacy?
Or
There's-
just like
there's that.
Sons of Anarchy. I mean, there's a million shows where that's the line.
Yeah.
Criminal Minds. Come on.
Clowns aren't fun anymore. I think we can all agree on that. Clowns aren't fun. They're either creepy or.
And I don't want to insult carnies in general. Hardworking people.
True.
Yeah, but clowns.
I love
aren't
those
fun.
rigged ass games.
They're great for kidnapping and raping children, and then like bulls, like rodeo clowns.
Yep.
That's the two things clowns are good for.
Let's move on from clowns.
Ah,
We
sorry.
got a lot of pod to
Yeah,
get
we do.
through.
All right. After this, known for Step Brothers, Wreck-It Ralph. I think there's two of them. Yeah.
Classics. Great movies.
He and Sarah Silverman.
Yep.
Yeah, very good. And The Lobster, that's with Colin Farrell.
I think so.
Yeah, it's a weird movie. I've watched it. Stan and Ollie and Holmes and Watson. So I mean, yeah, he's got a lot of great titles under his belt. John C. Reilly is a very underrated, versatile actor. Who
I say that all the time.
he's like he's a guy who
But it's
I'm
because people see him as a sidekick.
I'm surprised
which is
hasn't
fine.
won an Oscar, but even for best supporting in something, maybe he has. I don't
Honestly,
think he
at this
has.
point, he should work towards an EGOT. He talented as fuck.
An EGOT. Oprah is an EGOT.
Go for gold.
It is what it is.
It's Emmy, Golden Globe, Oscar. Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Danza. All right. Sasha Baron Cohen.
How do I put up with him?
I'd love
Every
to know.
week.
I'd love to know.
Before this, known for the Ali G Showman, Borat. And this Borat, so it's funny, Borat came out the same year as this film did, 06. So Sasha Baron, I'm not sure which one came out first.
I think it was Borat. I think this was a summer film because I
Yeah.
distinctly remember
Yeah.
seeing it at the drive-in. Actually,
Because I don't think Sasha Baron Cohen was like the superstar that he is now.
Oh no.
But so I think that was kind of like they took a risk on him, and he paid off. He was fantastic. He was so good.
I'm gonna go jump in the lake. I'll
The
be back in
best.
5 minutes.
Hot.
It's fucking hot in here.
I can get a spray bottle. I can like do you want me to throw a spear on
I'll
you?
fist you. Just here.
I need a fanboy.
Hey, do you want to pay the energy bills in this house?
I don't think you're running any energy except for these lights.
I'm not.
I'm not.
In fact, we just discussed.
The weather
do
has
we
been
turn on the
insane
heat or
this
the
week.
air?
It's
Yeah,
true. Up and down.
it's
That's
been
why I
insane
cracked-
this
I
week.
cracked the door.
Missouri.
Oh, you can open it up for more if you want.
Well, I only cracked it while the dogs were in here.
Right, no, it's go.
Here, I'll crack
yeah,
it.
open
Come
up more.
on, come on.
Getting up sounds like a lot of work, but I can make the guests do it. So
Amy Adams. Amy Adams, before this, known for you remember in the Tom Hanks Leonardo DiCaprio picture, Catch Me If You Can?
Yep.
She was the broad with braces.
did Enchanted come out before this or after this?
Well, I'll let you know in a second.
After. It's one of my favorite movies.
She's also known for TV spots on The Office and That 70s Show, The West Wing. She had a nice little role in Cruel Intentions 2. Crueler Intentions. I just made that up. And then after this, known for Charlie Wilson's War, which was the first time she kind of came on my radar. I thought she was fantastic. Then came out Enchanted. Then The Fighter with Mackie Mac Wahlberg.
That movie made me want to punch a baby.
It's a great movie.
Maybe that's what it was meant to do.
Like
Maybe it wanted to enrage people to punch
Yeah,
babies.
punch babies.
I like
absolutely.
the Fighter.
Oh, you know what? I'm thinking of the Russell Crowe, Renee Zellweger one.
Oh no! That
movie's
movie's
fucking-
also awesome.
No.
Oh my god, I love that movie.
It's like $1 Million Baby-esque depressing.
Well, that movie goes on during the Depression.
need-
That's a huge.
I don't need
That's
that.
an essential part of the plot.
I don't want to watch someone water down milk. Life is already depressing enough.
Oof.
Although it got a little better yesterday, am I right?
Amen, sister.
Oh, where's oh yeah, Allergy Show. After this, Sasha. That's
Just say it however you want.
Isla Fisher says it's Sasha.
He not listening.
I don't think
I
feel
wish
like-
he would, but he not.
All right, Sasha Baron Cohen. After this, known for Sweeney Todd, Bruno, which is low key a super uncomfortable film. I like it. I enjoy it.
High-key, super uncomfortable.
I mean, I was like, when the penis starts talking to you at the beginning, I'm like, oh, okay, it's this kind of movie. And then also known for The Dictator, Les Miserables, The Brothers Grimsby, and The Spy, which was his first only dramatic role. Is that Netflix series, The Spy, where he plays an Israeli?
And we actually did The Brothers Grimsby on the pod. And,
We did do I love that movie.
I've watched it, parts of it since then.
It's so awesome.
It's grown on me a little bit,
It's
only
so
because it's
awesome.
one of those movies that you can just like do the dishes and laundry and still laugh a little bit.
I do enjoy
Yeah.
those.
I love a movie that like suits my ADD lifestyle.
What about Les Miserables? Does that
Love it.
It's
Broadway.
Les
Come on.
Miserables.
Les Miserables?
No, it's
No,
less.
no,
It's
no.
less miserable.
Speak
however,
American. I'm reading it. It says Les Miserables.
All right, fair,
Russell
fair.
Crowe, I love you, man. Not the role for you.
No.
Can I actually?
You cannot
I-
sing.
Forever and
I have not
infamy.
seen it. Can you not sing?
He cannot
Oh
sing.
God, it's
It's kind of like, have you ever
horrible.
seen Mamma Mia? Because Pierce Brosnan
Pierce
can't
Brosnan.
sing either.
God.
Yeah, so kind of the same thing where they're both kind of
They're super famous for other things, but neither of them can sing
action
for shit.
actors that shouldn't.
good for the
sing.
bill,
Correct.
but
not great for the
not great for the role.
No.
The art. I'm gonna say not great for the art.
How dare you, James Bond? How dare you?
Last
Speaking of R.I.P. to the OG James Bond. We'll miss you, man.
Oh.
R.I.P. Sean Connery.
Seanery,
True, true, true.
yeah, Sean Conn.
We also lost
Sean Conn.
Alex
Alex
Trebek
Trebek?
today.
Yep,
Very
yep.
sad.
Rest in power to both of you gentlemen.
2020.
Yeah, but you know that
It's
being said, though,
rolling.
they both had good runs. It's sad, but not tragic, if that
Not
makes
like
sense.
Chadwick Boseman said.
Trebek was
Yes.
80. How old was Connery?
90.
He was
Nine-
up
almost
there.
90.
90.
Yeah,
I think it
so.
was like 89 and a
It's a
half,
solid
basically.
run.
Yeah.
Solid run.
I don't want to speak for everyone at the table, but if I make it to 80, I'm good.
Shit, if I make it to 65.
Oh, dude, you're gonna
Still
make it.
rolling outta
You're gonna
here.
make it way longer than that.
Well, yeah, both my great-grandparents lived to be almost 100, so I got some time. I got some time on the clock.
And women live significantly longer than
It's because
men.
we're not stupid.
We're not stupid. Yeah, correct.
That's fine.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna argue with that.
You shouldn't.
Amy Adams. Before this, wait, we did
We
this.
already did her.
Yep. All right.
Skip.
Yep. No, we did. But The Fighter, The Master, which was that.
Yeah.
The
It was the Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah.
It was the kind of homage to
Scientology.
Scientology. And also known for being Lois Lane in the DC universe. That movie Arrival with Jeremy Piven, which is underrated. It's very good.
yeah, I liked it.
Nocturnal Animals with Jake Jeezy, also underrated and very good.
Always
Did you
meant
just
to
call
watch that.
Jake
didn't-
Gyllenhaal, Jake Jeezy?
Jake Jeezy, yeah.
Jake Jeezy.
Jake Jeezy.
Sure.
There
Making
it
sure I
is.
have the right Jake Jeezy.
We're on a first name basis, Caitlin.
Oh, has he watched the pod?
He's coming on.
Perfect. I'm ready.
And also known for Sharp Objects, that HBO series.
Can you
Love
warn me so I
that.
dress better when he comes on?
I don't want you to, I want him to see everything in its natural form. I don't want you to force anything on him.
My natural form is tired housewife, but
Yeah, so good. There you go.
cool. Can we get a fan for that day?
You know what? Either the heat or the air will be on for that day. If Jake Gyllenhaal comes in, we'll use some energy.
You can use $5 for.
Get you a personal box fan just for you.
I want a fanboy
There you go.
with a leaf.
You need a fan.
Box fan
I
is such a
love it.
terrible name because it just makes it sound like it's a vagina fan.
Box
That is
fan?
not at all what I think
No.
of.
Wrong interpretation for that.
Maybe it's just me.
Yeah, it's just
Okay,
you.
maybe it's just me.
Yeah. Yep.
Net worths.
2 Chainz.
Start with William Ferrell. William Paul Ferrell.
$600 million.
Okay.
Well, that's high. I'm gonna go 250.
I don't think it's high.
100 million. I think he's undervalued.
Whoa, he should be
That
worth
is
at least $1 billion.
undervalued.
Maybe he gives a lot of money to charity. I bet he does. That would
Aw.
surprise me.
Maybe it's a drug problem.
No, I'd like to think charity.
You know, honestly, if he had a drug problem,
That's always Calvin's go-to. Is like, well,
Drugs.
maybe it's a drug problem.
And here's the thing: he mostly says that about the chicks in older movies. Go back and listen.
Wonder what that.
And it's
says.
like, oh, she starred in all these movies in the 80s. Hasn't been in anything since. She's worth $100. Bet she
Oh,
has a drug
Calvin,
problem.
you
Bet it's
sexist
drugs.
fuck.
Bet she has a drug problem.
You sexist piece of shit, Calvin.
He should know. He's been listening to the last 42 episodes
Yeah,
in the
well-
last 2 weeks.
Oof.
All right, so John C. Reilly.
He's probably undervalued too. So
I tell you right now, he's undervalued.
$70 million.
I'm gonna go 25 million.
45 million.
Oh my God!
Undervalued.
I hate
Yeah.
that so much
I
for
do
him.
too.
You're gonna hate even more when you hear Amy Adams. net
Oh no,
worth.
well she's a woman, so she's probably worth
Ooh.
what, $11 million.
Oh no, other way. She's worth a lot more. But first, Sasha Baron Cohen.
Good for her.
Okay, Sasha.
82 million.
Okay.
45.
160 million.
Whoa!
I'm gonna put that fair.
I think
I
it's,
would put.
I think it's fine, but where's it coming from?
I would put
He
the
has
other
a
two
lot of
over him.
franchises, really.
He
I mean,
does.
really.
And Ali G made a ton of money overseas before he got
Oh,
started over
syn-
here.
but
yeah.
that's not syndicated, so it can't be from syndication. Where is he making? I mean, his movies like Bruno and Borat do really well, but 160 million dollars.
But think of all the licensing you have from those.
And
Because
how
he
long ago did
also
those come
usually
out?
produces them, so
Okay, all right.
you
I mean,
get
no, I
it.
mean, I'm not saying.
I would put Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly ahead of that though. I'd put them at 300 million minimum.
Yeah,
agree
no.
with
If I'm gonna rank those three, I'm gonna go Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly, Sasha Baron Cohen.
Yep.
But it's Sasha Baron Cohen, Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly. I mean, John C. Reilly's put in his work, dude.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, he was doing Boogie Nights, man. He's
So Amy Adams worth a lot of money, more than I would expect.
Go for it.
yeah, Amy Adams.
What do you think?
112.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 145.
All right. Well, 60. It's pretty good though. 60 million.
60 million.
That's better than
it?
I thought for a woman.
I
though.
thght you said it was really good.
Yeah, I
it's
said 11, and you're like
that's-
higher.
I know.
So I thought it was like
It's
way
15
higher.
million more than John C.
Significant.
Riley.
No, that for a female in Hollywood, I'll
Money's
take it.
money.
If she wants to give me $1 million, Amy,
We'll take it.
I got a Venmo.
Oh, Amy. All right. Moving on to specs and deets. Runtime on this film was 108 minutes.
Not long enough.
I was gonna say the opposite. I think it's a little long.
I could use another 10, 15 minutes. Wouldn't hurt my feelings.
Not
It's-
wrong. Yeah.
It's a little long.
Have you watched the
What
extended
would you
cut?
cut?
Have you watched the extended cut?
No, but I don't.
Hysterical.
Ooh.
It's also like 45 minutes longer.
Yeah, it's
so.
it's substantially longer. That's
Like
why I
maybe not
didn't-
that much longer, but like a nice medium. Nice middle.
Dang. That's a
I'm trying to
lot.
think what I would cut. I feel like
No, right. Nothing.
the beginning. No, you're
Is
right.
there a storyline you would cut?
I'll say,
no.
really, you gonna cut him getting shot out of a vagina in the backseat
No,
of a race
not
car?
gonna happen.
Uh-uh.
Cougar? No,
I-
not
I-
gonna happen.
I don't have anything.
Down, Karen.
See, if I could if I could rewatch the movie and look at it, nothing comes to mind
startled the
immediately
guest.
that I would cut.
I made the guest shoot chili
Down,
out her
Karen.
nose almost. Sorry.
All right,
Won't do
budget.
that again.
Budget was 75.5
Karen,
million.
Karen is suddenly relevant, so.
Mhm. Only for this.
Yep.
How dare they insult the cougar by naming her Karen?
This was
Hey, it
before
was
No, that was
06.
before Karen.
It was.
Yeah.
It was just funny back then.
Yeah.
Down, Karen.
Down, Karen.
Budget 72.5 million.
And they doubled that, right?
Opened at 47 million, and then about doubled it. They more than that. They grossed 148 million domestically, 163 million globally.
Okay.
And probably even more since then, because shit don't get old.
I bought it.
I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, I rented it 2 nights ago, so yeah.
For $3.99 on the Amazon.
Yeah, because I wanted HD. I could have got it for $2.99, but I don't watch videos like
Between you and
Pilgrims.
Kinani, I always assume you get the HD.
Always get HD. HD, high definition, huge dick. You want to get HD.
I got a 120-inch projector screen, so really HD is only that.
That's the only way to go.
It's gonna be big anyway.
Yeah, I'm not sure the format translates into projection.
Not particularly.
Okay.
4K kind of does, but I'm sure Joss would disagree with me, and when he listens to this, he'll be like, "What are you talking about?" But
Women are so stupid.
Whoa.
Get used to that. Okay.
Oh, I've seen it.
Yeah.
Trust.
All right, taglines. The first one is the story of a man who could only count to 1.
Ooh.
Second one is if you're not first, you're last.
Of course.
The third one, pretty good. No breaks, no brains.
I still like the man who can only count.
No,
to
I
one.
think that's the best one. I agree.
I've actually never heard that because I don't even know like the taglines. Is that just like what's on the DVD?
It's like
case or
15
what?
years ago by now.
But not
so-
only that,
No, I mean it's taglines. It's
commercials
whatever.
or-
What I mean, I don't know how they make it onto IMDb or
exactly.
yeah.
Like where do they come from?
the people who wrote them.
That doesn't help me.
Okay.
Like where am I supposed to hear them prior to this?
You-
That's my question.
Oh yeah, like
2006?
movie posters, movie
Yeah,
posters,
two-
That would
DVD
require
covers.
that would require going to a theater.
No,
Drive-in doesn't have movie posters.
no, they don't.
Mm.
No, they do not. Plot keywords: numero uno, slapstick comedy. Number 2, male kiss.
Shake and bake.
Number 3, reference to Ralph Nader. Don't remember that happening. Number 4, prayer, and number 5, French. Does anyone remember the
Prayer?
reference to
Oh,
Ralph
yeah,
Nader?
prayer.
Prayer, of course. Yeah, the prayer is a huge part of
Prayer,
the
I
movie.
got
Yeah, but
that.
I just usually do the baby
Ralph-
Jesus joke.
Ralph
not the
Nader.
whole
No, I don't
prayer.
remember any Ralph Nader.
Ray, do you know who Ralph Nader is?
No.
Okay.
He was a third-party candidate.
Yes,
back
Ralph-
in the day.
Ralph Nader was the most famous first third-party candidate to actually
Run for
acclaim,
president.
well, and actually acclaim a small, like a relevant amount of votes.
Was it the
1%.
Gore Bush race or?
I believe so.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think I want to say it may have been the Bush Gore race.
See,
Was
kids,
when,
I was born
Mhm.
in '96,
The first guest that's younger than me.
so sorry.
It's a miracle.
it's a miracle.
The emphasis on the wrong syllable.
So 96. That's when Kobe Bryant was drafted.
He's
a good year.
He's really old.
Wonderful
It's a good year.
factoid.
He's real old.
I'm not that old. I was 7 in '96. I'm not that old.
She was 0,
I would. Yeah,
True.
true.
and I was only
Mm.
4.
Season.
You were in school, and we were just toddling around doing nothing.
Toddling, literally toddling.
Actually, she was just swimming out the
I
vagina
was
at that point.
literally
so-
swimming. July swimming.
This conversation's beginning to get a little uncomfortable.
Well, so sorry.
This is the one thing about uterus.
Why don't you guys know you know your place when to just shut up? It's-
Okay, hold on. First time that the women have outnumbered
ever.
the men on Real Buzz Takes.
I know.
Timely.
I'm
We're
really
gonna make a lot of
Please.
vagina jokes.
I'm really
and you're
upset
gonna get
I couldn't
uncomfortable.
get the drops I wanted to get uploaded because I have one from Office Space, the 2 chicks at the same time.
Yep.
That's so-
Now you
Jeez
say a woman's
Louise.
place is known to shut up, but I did just clean up a whole exploded pillow out of your house, so
Yeah,
I think
but,
I've
like,
earned this.
Yeah, but like that's your job.
No, I don't live here. Not my job.
Whoa.
I walked your dogs. I cleaned up a pillow.
I don't see.
The extra
I was here so
mile,
early.
sir. Extra
I was here so
mile.
on time.
I don't. I don't see,
Y'all were
We
late.
were late.
I don't see the problem. Like I feel like you're on my time, and it's what you can't. You guys can't vote. It's fine.
I did.
That's
I did.
all right. It's that time, and the
Cheers.
podcast.
Okay.
We're doing the Kate-nopsis. Normally it's the Kinopsis, but now we're doing the Kate-nopsis because Keenan is out. Caitlin, please give us your Kate-nopsis.
You ready?
Ready.
Are you a fan of NASCAR? Do you love watching people make left turns? Do you love someone with 2 first names? Then this movie is not for you. Talladega Nights is the grand story of Ricky Bobby, a race car driver at the top of his game who tragically hits rock bottom after a gruesome wreck, being betrayed by his best friend and wife, and the American race car circuit is taken over by a gay Frenchman.
Goddamn gays.
Can he scratch his way back to the top with no car, no team, and definitely no confidence? Stay tuned to find out.
So this, we should probably talk about it before we get to it. This movie did have a hint of homophobia, but they also kind of came all the way back around with
You mean when they kiss at the end?
the kiss at the end. But yeah, but it was the gay jokes. The gay or the jokes against gay people felt a little too comfortable.
No, it's because
Like they didn't drop
that's
an F-bomb.
That's NASCAR, though. Think about it. Think about it.
It also was 2006.
And NASCAR. But that's the thing. Like, he develops to be more than just a race car driver, and so he understands gay people, and that's why he kisses them at the
Right.
end.
So, which is why I don't think
NASCAR.
I don't think the gay jokes are out of
Y'all ever seen
out of
that,
bounds.
that South Park episode where
No.
Cartman lips Vagisil to become
Oh,
a
Oh
rep-
yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes.
That's what we're dealing with. Okay.
Yeah.
Those people don't like gay people. Although that was in 2006. Props to NASCAR for being the first American sport to outlaw the Confederate flag.
They can't make laws and outlaw it. They banned it. But yeah, good for them. I'm
Outlawed
very happy about
The
that.
Confederate flag.
Went against.
Congratulations,
the crowd.
NASCAR. I'm making fun of 2006 you, not now you.
All right, so now it's that time of the pod where we do the Real Buzz Rundown. It's the portion of the podcast where we go around and everyone says what they liked, what they disliked, what they changed, what they wouldn't change. We always, as tradition goes, we start with the guest. So Reilly, we'll start with you.
Oh goodness.
And
Okay.
actually, honestly, I'm gonna take a quick break because I have to urinate, and then this will obviously be edited out unless Calvin doesn't want it to be.
Should I go? while
Calvin,
you're
should we
gone,
edit this
or-
out?
Stay. Because if I'm not here.
Okay. Well,
Cool, I'm gonna go stand outside because I'm sweating through my actual shorts right now. Look at
It's fucking hot. You're on a stool too. No.
There you go. Cut off my leg or I'm gonna get sepsis. Who bought you, Dell or Louie? Dell. Of course. Which, like I said, Dell usually doesn't do it because he knows I'll smack him right in the head. Oh boy, no, I'm in here now. They don't want to fuck with me.
Not the woman.
Well, mostly because I also have a pit bull, and so I
Oh,
just
do you? Seriously?
not tolerate.
Oh, they're the best. We have 2 office pit bulls.
do not tolerate.
Well, you can't.
No, but mine's old now, so I do tolerate a little bit more than I used to. 10 and a half, probably. Old enough to be concerned.
I have a 16-year-old cat.
Yeah.
Old critters. Goodness.
Cats tend to live longer because they're not as stupid, but
It's true.
kind of like the women-men thing. If you're going to bet on which animal's going to live longer, typically the
Do
cat.
bet on the cat.
Broads, am I right?
Broads.
All right. So Ray,
Sure. Yep.
we'll start with you. What the way else will go is you kind of say what you want to say, and then I may or may not sprinkle some things in that we have similar to talk about,
Good.
and then Kayla will do her thing, and then I'll finish it off. So Ray, go ahead.
Perfect. So
Oh, she took notes and everything.
I did.
Yes.
I know.
She took notes.
Just a good kid.
You always judge me for not taking notes, but I do great with no notes. I have never done poorly.
That's
without
what
notes.
that's what we call you. No notes, Kate.
Well, this is a movie. I mean, you know.
I
you
definitely
see
don't
it
need notes
once
for
and
this.
No, exactly. You just
I've
know
probably
this
seen this movie, no joke, over 100 times.
No, I know. So this was one of
lot.
the 3 movies that I had on. What was it? The PSP. It came out forever ago.
Yep, I had the God of War edition PSP.
Yep. See.
Didn't it come preloaded onto the PSP?
No, I had
You
the
sure?
I had the separate cart or the disc for that. Yeah. So it was one of the 3.
Fancy.
Definitely traveled around with Talladega Nights once or twice.
Ray's
so
Ray likes video games and anime.
Okay.
I wouldn't go that far.
Well, I mean, you watch it.
I watch it. I don't know. I wouldn't call myself a fan, but yeah, it's a thing. So anyway, yeah.
You
one of my
don't
favorite
don't
movies.
pigeonhole her like that.
I apologize. I apologize.
Put me in a box.
That's like saying Rob loves beer and vagina.
But I
and
do.
that's it.
But I
that's
do.
it.
Lakers. That's it.
Those are literally 3 of my favorite things. They might be my 3 favorite things.
That's your pigeonhole, and you're
That's
just
your pigeonhole and
comfortable
you're living
there.
in it.
Please feel free to
Good.
pigeonhole me into beer, vagina, and Lakers because that sounds like heaven.
That's a spot. Got it. Duly noted.
We just like to be a little more diverse in our activities.
Yeah.
I'm happy
yeah.
for you.
Likes
That's
and
all I need.
dislikes.
Branch out.
I'm a simple man with simple needs.
Well, you're a man. That makes
A
you
man.
simple.
Period.
I don't have periods. I'm a man.
No, man. Period. That's all.
What are those things that have periods?
Woman.
Woman. I'm just kidding. J.K. Rowling, you were wrong in that tweet. We're not going to get into it. Not all women have periods.
I don't understand the
Might
reference.
get into it.
Don't worry about it.
All right.
Don't worry about it.
No, you should worry about it, but like.
Well, I
not
know he
here.
doesn't have periods.
Not right now, right here, but worry about it for sure.
I like Tampax.
Okay. Okay. Respect that. All right. I mean, amen
Do I
to
need to
that.
get you a little Summer's Eve wash?
Summer's Eve.
I don't understand the reference.
Oh. Well, that's disappointing for sure. Anyway, moving on.
You are
So,
truly exhausting today. I don't know
we
if I can
really
make it.
love this movie. This is a '06 classic, Talladega Nights, one of the most highly quotable movies of all time.
Can either of you tell me where Talladega is located?
Tennessee,
Wrong.
Kentucky,
Wrong.
Florida.
Wrong.
I thought those were the only states that had
Alabama.
NASCAR.
It's Alabama.
It was my first guess. I'd just like to note that.
Alabama.
I went out on a limb there, but it was
I
Alabama.
thought NASCAR
so.
only happened in 3 places.
Left
Wrong.
turn, Alabama. Come on.
I'm kidding. We have it in Kansas.
No, we do. Yeah, Kansas Speedway.
NASCAR.
Hey, I'm the only one from Kansas, right?
Accurate. Well, I'm from Kansas.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
you
live
but
there.
you live in Missouri.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kansas, through and through, never Missouri.
Neither one is the Holy Land at this point. So
Amen
really,
to that.
It's
Amen.
very speaking of having a period, both of these states,
bleed
very red.
for sure.
not Jackson County.
it's redder than the devil's dick.
Yeah.
Oh, Johnson County, Kansas also went blue for the first time in a very
They
long while.
did.
So
They did.
congratulations.
I was part of that movement.
Strong
for
work. Proud of
sure.
you.
Thank you,
Mhm.
Rich
Thank
Whites.
You. Thank you. Thank you.
Which is you have the opposite Rich Whites over here.
I know.
Like I was
It's
telling you on the
true.
way
What?
in,
Yeah.
the Make Liberals Cry flag.
I have dreams about vandalizing their houses. I just don't do it.
Honorable.
It's
Honorable.
probably smart. Jail is not fun.
Yeah, no, I know. It's just,
True.
I think of the consequences. I'm like, not worth it.
Especially
Picking
because in
fights
this
with
area, you're
neighbors.
gonna get put in jail with meth makers.
Yeah.
Also, based off the fact that I have,
A penis.
no, I'm talking about like I would be easy to find because like who would vandalize these sides of this neighborhood? Oh, the guy with elect anyone who's an adult in his lawn. Like I would be a prime
He was
suspect.
It's a
motioning
tight
towards the
community.
penis,
You
so.
couldn't really hide in
No.
this
They'd be
community
like,
for sure.
oh, that guy looks like it's Rob.
Yeah. Yeah.
You only got
Any
hit houses
functioning
without
adult.
cameras.
Oh, he's the guy with any functioning adult signs in his lawn. It's him. Yeah.
It's him. There it is.
Anyways, please continue, Reilly.
Great movie. Love it. That's all. Bye.
You took a lot of notes just to say that.
I did.
All right, Caitlin, you're up.
She's fired. she said one thing.
I did not.
Great
I had
movie.
a whole
Loved it.
thing, and then I wrapped it up with a nice little tight line. So, great movie. Loved it. Bye.
All right. Where do we start?
Where do we? I don't know. Where do we start?
Birth scene, hilarious. Because, of course, if you're in labor, you're definitely going to be bitching, why are you driving so fast? He's like, I'm going 105, honey. And she's like, I don't care. I'm having a baby. And that's exactly how it would go in real life.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah. There would be a sense of urgency to get to wherever to have the kid. I
yeah.
get that.
Number 2, definitely different times. You can just leave your kid in the car at a gas station and go get some milk. That doesn't. You go to jail for that now.
You don't do that? I do that.
You don't have children.
With what children?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
you
good
can leave
point.
dogs in the car. That's legal.
Well, I do that for sure.
You can't take your children anywhere. Your fur children, they're too ill-behaved. So, yeah, you got to leave them in the car.
How dare you?
They tried to amputate my
I was
leg
gonna say,
today.
we have
How
physical
dare
marks
you.
here.
They tried to amputate your hand.
How dare you talk about
How are you
my
gonna
children?
masturbate without a hand?
I have 2. I only need 1.
Can you really go the other way?
He's right-handed.
I'm a switch hitter.
No.
You honestly don't think men would figure it out?
No, you would, but like, wouldn't you be a little upset if your primary masturbatory hand got cut off by your dog's talons?
Honestly, I might think it's a great opportunity to accept a challenge.
That is not at all how you would feel.
No, I'd be like, oh.
maybe 2 years from now you'd feel that way, but immediately be like, what am I gonna do?
No, I'd be
Gotta
good.
learn to be ambidextrous real quick.
Yeah. I'm ambidex. It's all good. I'm a switch hitter.
The prayer over the KFC, Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, hilarious.
I love that Ricky.
Dear 6 pound, 8 ounce
Sponsored.
baby Jesus.
Sponsored by Powerade.
Mystic
the
Mountain
prayers.
Blueberry.
The prayers
The
are
prayer
he
was
was-
sponsored by Powerade.
He was contractually obligated to mention Powerade in all of his prayers.
Mystic Mountain Blueberry.
And I also loved how his wife was like, I slaved over this all day. And
Come on down, y'all.
KFC
Slaved over this
chicken.
all day.
it's KFC, Domino's, and always delicious Taco Bell.
Mm-hmm. I like to picture Jesus.
Damn it,
Front
Chip.
row, Leonard Skinner.
I can picture
With a
Jesus.
tuxedo T-shirt.
He's wearing a tuxedo T-shirt because he wants to know he's formal, but
But
he's
he likes
also
to
here
party.
to party. And
Damn it, Chip.
I like to picture baby Jesus as the lead singer, Leonard Skinner, and I'm on the front row, hammered drunk. That's John C. Reilly kills this movie.
Classic.
It's
best.
true. John C. Reilly has the best lines for sure.
Walker and Texas Ranger, classic names. Probably our actual children's names at this point.
Wouldn't judge.
Or
for
is that what do they
one.
call
That's
him?
solid.
TR.
TR.
Walker and TR.
TR.
Of
Really
course.
good child actors too, by the way.
No,
I'd like to
I'm
know.
so glad you said that because
Hilarious.
especially the younger one who was,
Yeah.
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew, Chip.
That's our transient grandfather.
I'ma come at you like a spider monkey.
Jacked up on Mountain Dew.
What'd you do today, son? Threw some of Chip's war medals off the bridge.
The best.
Sounds like a good day.
Even the older kid, he was good.
Walker?
Honestly, as a child
Walker
child
and
Both
actor.
gingers.
Yeah. No. Older
no,
was,
the older kid was
brunette.
dark. Yeah, brunette.
You sure he wasn't a
Positive.
little ginger?
No. Positive.
All right.
It's like saying you're a
Positive on
ginger.
Are you
Right.
going to let them talk to their elders like that? I sure as heck am, Chip.
Sure as heck.
Because they're awesome.
Because they're winners and they can say what they want. And that kind of brings me to the point where, so it was funny back in 2006, but the whole angle of like the ignorant American Southern, like it's too real now because those people are real.
And they vote.
It's
There it is,
it was
ladies and gents.
like in 06 it was funny. Now it's just like, oh no,
But I think it was funny.
that's real. Those are people. Those are people.
In
Those are real
06,
people.
it was funny because those people still kind of kept themselves. But with the Trumpster fire, they really just were out there. They were putting themselves out there.
I'm not gonna lie. I definitely watched this movie thinking this was way funnier before.
Yes.
yeah, no.
Kind of like the movie Idiocracy.
I
Yes.
noted
Which
that
I would
in
also love to do on the pod.
06, they noted that people moved to the U.S. for health care, which
Wait, who-
doesn't happen.
Wait,
They
who-
talk about
Will
that in the
Ferrell
bar
said
scene.
that, yeah, in the
Oh,
bar
but as a
scene.
joke, obviously.
Well,
I don't think it.
no,
I don't think it.
it
was.
really wasn't.
Break it, Pepe Le Pew.
Pepe Le Bitch.
Pepe Le bitch.
Oh, maybe
True.
that's in the car. He says it later. I don't know. No. So he made a joke saying people move to America for better health care.
For health care.
Okay,
yeah.
well, so from a perspective of will they receive better treatment, that's a possibility.
Incorrect. all
for
around.
money, no.
Incorrect all around.
You don't.
Yeah, let's talk to
No.
the medical expert.
Yeah,
here,
but guys,
right?
she's
The
a
tr-
woman. She doesn't know.
That's
anything.
right.
Whoa,
I am
whoa,
a woman.
whoa.
And I'm not a doctor, so I have no
Guys,
authority
I
on the matter.
I understand. Like you want to know, but your brains are smaller than ours.
Yeah, I've
you
got a
don't-
brain size of a walnut.
You don't know how to do things. It's fine.
We have a
A
woman
nice black walnut sitting right in there.
as the vice president, right? It happened.
Socialism.
Communists rigged the election. Iran rigged the election.
Iran.
Russia.
These Arabs.
That was my favorite theory, by the way, is that Iran was rigging the election for Joe Biden. I was like, but why do they give a fuck? They don't. They don't care. Nobody cares.
No.
Okay, moving forward.
Yes.
Just so many quotable lines, and I honestly,
No, that's a lot of my notes are quotes.
and that's I don't want to do too many quotes, but in general,
No,
this
do them.
movie-
Do them. If you want to do them, do them.
Well, eventually I'll sprinkle them in, but this movie aged well because those people still exist and still act and think this way. Now NASCAR has gotten a little more progressive. There is one black driver and one female driver, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So we're
Danica Patrick.
Well, yeah, Danica.
we're checking up some numbers
But
here.
so I kind of think NASCAR is a lot like hockey in that it's not.
It's a rich white people sport.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kudos.
But
it's not a sport easily that younger African Americans can
But-
easily get into.
But this year they really have proved that they're trying not to just be the redneck asshole.
Yeah, they banned the Confederate flag,
Exactly.
and
Yep.
that's
Exactly.
that's the one sport that would
That's huge.
would
That-
champion that flag.
Exactly.
So
and they didn't, and they
mad
were not
respect.
afraid to lose ticket sales.
Mad
They were not
respect to
afraid to do
NASCAR.
anything as far as, we have to progress. We can't just be the redneck sport. And, for that, I do applaud them. And
Big statement.
I feel like it would be good if NASCAR maybe did something to contribute to more inner city communities to maybe try and get.
but it's a step, and they've made one step. Give them
that's fair.
time.
Yeah, that's fair.
Give
That's
them
fair.
time.
It's-
They
that's-
made a big step.
That's the one thing about the whites. You got to do it very
You
small
gotta
steps
give
at a time.
You gotta give them time. Okay.
They were like, women.
And the one, I'm so sorry that I don't remember his name. The one African American driver does do a lot of community activism.
Oh, in the
stuff.
actual, I don't know his name either.
And I feel bad because he was in the news for a while just because he was such a big proponent
no,
of being
yeah,
in the
you're talking about the guy who had
American
the
What-
hangman's
the
noose in his
news,
garage.
yeah.
Bubba
Wallace.
Bubba Wallace.
Yes.
Yeah.
He does a lot of community activism, and but it's also true. If people in big cities don't have cars, So why would they get into race car driving? Number 2, if you can't afford a car, you're definitely not going to get into something like NASCAR.
Yeah.
You have to be able to drive and learn to drive early to be in a sport like that, which is why it's still the rich white people sport. But it's made strides, and I'm very proud of them.
I don't know if it's a rich white people sport. It's not like tennis or golf.
At the end of the day, it really is a big step that they ban the.
But it is a white
But the
person
movie
sport.
still has aged appropriately because people can still connect with it, as this is literally how it looks today a little
It's
bit.
true.
Yeah.
It's true. Not wrong.
Now, I kind of like the I love the scene where he's not in a coma. He's just asleep, and everyone's
Right,
acting like he's in a coma.
Put
I
him down.
I spread my butt cheeks as Mike Honcho.
It's like, he's fine. He's just
I'm ready to
taking a
take a
nap.
nap.
I'm ready to pull the plug, doctor. I've never heard him make noises like that before in my life. That is not him.
He goes, I did a spread for Playgirl, and
Under the name Mike Honcho.
you never probably saw it because it
In
didn't have the name
college.
Mike Honcho, but I spread my butt cheeks.
And then, of course, the I'm paralyzed and the wheelchair sports, and he's standing up out of the chair, and it's a mess.
By the way,
It's a mess.
blooper reel in the credits, not very
Awesome.
common
Awesome.
these days. You don't see a
But
this-
blooper
it was-
reel in
it
the
was-
credits
well,
very
because
often.
you
it was more common in 2006.
Oh, for
No,
sure.
but
Absolutely.
But
no.
you also don't have John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell in a lot of
Just
movies.
dicking
Also
around.
true.
Yeah,
Also
like
true.
they only put blooper reels in the credits when it's worth putting them in.
No, true. Comedies, and especially Will Ferrell. John
And
C.
so
Reilly
one
great.
other quick note I have, and then we can go back to making quotes and jokes.
Yeah.
I like the fact
That sounds like I like that. That sounds like
Quotes
it's
and
a
jokes.
segment.
Yeah, quotes and jokes.
All right, I'm writing that down.
we could replace the drinking buddy with quotes and jokes.
No, I like Drinking Buddy. We're not replacing it.
I sometimes like drinking.
It's real buzz takes.
That's a real buzz take right there. I like the fact that they made Ricky Bobby, after he got divorced and lost his sponsorship, they made him a poor rednecky white guy.
It
who
is
had
weird.
to- They had to restore a car they already owned. He
Pizza
had no
delivery guy.
sponsorship.
Yeah, but
was
he just
riding
goes
a
in and
hustle.
says, "Hey, Mama, Carly got everything." I'm like, "How did Carly get everything?"
That's called not signing a prenup,
That's called
bitch.
a prenup. Mm-hmm.
No. But even if there was a prenup, you would think he would get at least half.
Not necessarily. If he filed that, we're not going to get into that.
This
We've
is a
both been-
ridiculous
that's
logical
kind of a
thing.
great
This is
line.
not a movie where you're like,
We've
"Oh,
both
yeah."
been divorced. We know it doesn't always work out how it is supposed to work out. Okay, so moving forward from that, I like that he kind of had to scrap up from the bottom, delivering pizzas, driving with a kilo of cocaine that
on
was
a
really
bike.
marshmallows.
Lucky Charms. Yeah.
Is that a Huffy? That's a nice bike, boy.
That's a nice bike, boy.
So it was kind of nice to just see he started rich, but he ended up not, and kind of fought his way back to the top.
It's a riches to rags to riches story.
Sure, but I kind of like that they didn't immediately still make him rich and just he had to figure out what to do. He really had to overcome
Yeah,
being poor and white. As
he went
opposed to
from
rich and
Leslie
white.
Bibb to Amy Adams.
I think that was a win.
Second that.
I mean, they're very different. Neither is a loss.
Character-wise.
Oh, well, yeah, character-wise, obviously it's a win.
I am a driver's wife, Ricky. I do not work. We had a nacho cheese fountain at the wedding. 7 different flavors of cheese.
Gouda.
Broads, am I right, guys? Broads.
We're gonna get matching leprechaun tattoos. It's real cute. Match me. Now you see him? No, you don't.
Anything else, Caitlin?
No, I just think this movie holds up. It's very funny. I was almost disappointed we were doing this movie because I think it's a great movie and doesn't.
Oh, it
really
is a good movie.
I prefer to do
They're not-
crappy
they're
movies.
not-
They're
not-
not all crappy.
Yeah, not
but,
every movie we do is bad.
This was a nice, easy movie to do. Very low pressure.
I feel like
Chilling,
after
a classic.
the 5 Halloween movies we
That
did,
was a lot of
needed a break.
Halloween.
Yeah.
Especially when Jason was in outer space. I couldn't do it, even though you didn't call me on that one. I watched that whole goddamn movie. The whole movie.
It was
And they didn't call me because Calvin showed up, and they're like, "Oh, Calvin's back. We don't need a female."
I'd like to publicly apologize for forgetting to call Caitlin.
There it is.
It was on the
I
agenda.
texted him at 8:20. I was like, "Did you guys ever get started?" And Rob
So,
goes, "We forgot."
It was on the agenda.
Did it. So sorry.
And we fucked up. And
I
I'd like
watched that whole.
I'd like to publicly apologize to
terrible
Caitlin on
movie.
YouTube for forgetting to call you.
That movie
Well,
was
there
so
it
bad.
is.
That movie was so bad.
It wasn't good.
So he wasted your time.
Wasted
You
my
had to
time.
watch it.
Yes, I
Well,
did.
not only that, you know what the worst part is? Because I don't want to expose. So I have a 9-month-old foster daughter. The listeners know I talk
A
about her.
fodder, if you will.
A fodder, if you will. And so I don't want to expose her to anything that's too slasher gory, like stuff that's like jump scares. She doesn't understand, but like slasher gory type films, like she doesn't need to be exposed to that much blood and violence this young. She's already had an interesting life, so
She's not going to know what's going on. She's an infant.
Not true.
kids develop memories. This
They
young.
do know. Trust.
All right, the look I just got from both of you, I'll concede. Holy shit.
Anyways, so I have to find time around when she's awake, which is always.
I apologize. I'm
movies.
sorry.
No,
I would also like formal apologies from Keenan and Calvin.
I'm not a pro. Oh, well, good luck with that.
Keenan would definitely give me one. Calvin, never in a million years.
Calvin wouldn't remember to do it. No.
Calvin might not remember doing the movie.
Yeah, no, that's actually happened before. We've been on a podcast.
guess.
Yeah. Anyway,
He comes on one week and he goes, "Hey, when are we doing such and such movie?" And we go,
we did that last
did
week.
that last week.
Did that.
He's like,
"We did
what?
a doubleheader. We did that last week." He's like, "What?
Yeah, that's happened.
What?"
Cannabis Keenan.
No,
No,
it's
Calvin.
Calvin. Yeah,
That's,
you think
the
it was
little bald
Keenan.
one.
Yeah.
The little bald one.
The obtuse and stilt. Okay, the first we'll go was the first joke that so basically what I wanted to do here was in my note taking was try to point out jokes that I
Maybe
didn't see
listen
the first
time.
10
Yeah.
times that I watched the film. So the first one I saw was the Waffle House employee at the beginning doing career day was really funny. It's like, I appreciate Waffle House allowing me to come here and talk about my day to day. I really don't know what else you want me to say. Before Reese Bobby comes in.
I was high on peyote.
Oh, I saw you yesterday. It's been 10 years, Dad. I got to lay off the peyote.
Although I do appreciate that the dad is drinking Laughing Clown because that was Ricky's first sponsor.
Right.
Wait, what?
The whole movie he's drinking Laughing Clown malt liquor, that purple can, and that was
Yeah,
Ricky's
yeah,
first
see-
sponsor.
The laughing clown
Oh.
of NASCAR.
When that guy said, "I'm eating this chicken sandwich, it's really good, you should have one."
That
And
was
someone's
Laughing Clown.
You got to drive. It was a Laughing Clown car.
Oh, I didn't pick that up. That's a good.
You're welcome.
I don't care what everyone else says about you, Caitlin. You bring something to the
I'm a
podcast.
decent lady.
Which brings me, Gary Cole's great in this. He's very funny. He's very funny. I mean, because he's also just like John C. Reilly, a pretty versatile actor. Because
He does drama. He does
he
comedy.
does drama, but comedically even versatile. Like you did the Brady Bunch, where he was Mike Brady, was very funny. He did Office Space, which is iconic. I think that might be his most
The
iconic
glasses.
role.
Mhm.
Yeah, Vader. What's happening? And then Pineapple Express.
Mhm.
Ray, are you familiar? Do you remember? Have you watched Office Space?
I have watched Office Space. It's been a few years.
That's my stapler.
Because it's in my stapler, and if I say our movies again, I'm gonna burn this place down. Yeah, it's Milton. Milton's great.
That's my stapler.
Haven't seen Pineapple Express though.
What?
I know.
Oh, you gotta watch that. It's a
I
great movie.
know.
It's a great movie.
It's one of those.
on,
It's an easy watchable.
It's on Netflix now.
Yeah, right now.
Right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is.
So it's on the
Give it a
on the
watch.
list for
you,
sure.
You already said it. I'm like, we spent all afternoon throwing Grandpa Chip's war medals off a bridge.
Sounds like a good day.
Oh, it's so funny.
I like when Will Ferrell is with the cougar the first time. He comes home.
There's a goddamn cougar in that car.
Well, he goes, "Ruin my Crystal Gale T-shirt." I'm like, who the fuck is?
Okay,
Crystal
I've got to
Gale?
be honest with you. I don't know who that is. I was gonna ask you. Do you
I
know?
was gonna
80s
look
singer.
it up.
I don't know who Crystal Gale is.
80s singer.
No, 80s singer. Okay.
Ruin my Crystal Gale
Like
T-shirt.
like Sade,
I don't
Sade,
know. I
yeah,
didn't get that
there you
far
go.
into it.
smooth operator.
I didn't read her wiki page or anything.
Well, I don't know. Like,
I like the.
You want me to
Grandpa's
see if we know
line.
any songs by her? I can look it up real quick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
look
do
it
it.
up.
I'd
Look it
love
up.
to know if there's a one-hit wonder or something. I like the grandpa's line. Oh yeah, they are my grandkids.
well, yeah, that's. What does he say? Something
Okay,
like,
I guess they are my grandkids. Hold on, I have it. Shut up, you little pot licker. I'll put you in the microwave.
well, no, and then he's. Well, no. Then they say something. Then
Go shave your balls.
you old fart,
You
and
old
he's like,
fart.
yes, they are my grandkids. And this goes back to what I kind of
I
mentioned.
got a wife and an oxygen tank.
Yeah.
Shut up, Ray.
And this goes back to
Jane
the.
Lynch.
I was gonna say
Jane Lynch kills it.
Me
She's
too.
so good.
Jane Lynch
So
in that
good.
movie,
I
for
love Jane Lynch in this
sure.
movie. And she, I don't, she looks, I know it's 14 years ago. She looks so much younger.
I agree. I know she does.
She's not that much older than Will Ferrell.
No, I know, but Will Ferrell's a man. All right, no. So it goes back to the.
Real quick, Crystal Gale.
Yeah. I gotta
Yeah,
know.
so 80 singer, not just 70s and 80s.
Oh.
She has won 5 Academy of Country Music Awards.
All right,
Oh,
so country
country
singer.
singer.
3
Okay.
American Music Awards. Rolling Stone ranked her amongst the 100 greatest country artists of all time.
Wow.
Top 40 greatest women of country music. So, I mean, I guess.
Oh,
Wow.
that's
Okay, I
that's
feel
quite
really
the accolade.
Bad.
She started
now.
singing in 1969.
69.
Okay, what's the number 1 song? I'd love to
I
know.
don't know if it. Don't Make My Brown Eyes Blue. That sounds inappropriate.
I agree. I did not-
I get it. It's about crying. I get it. Her her 7th studio album was called Miss the Mississippi, which already I already know what kind of music this is. She's also known for having floor-length hair. She's never cut her hair.
Gross.
Whatever.
That's just gross. There's so many germs in that hair.
Yeah.
It's just
I don't
gross.
know.
Like
In 1983,
you're
her
literally-
album was
you're-
called Cage the Songbird.
you're literally
Okay, white
wearing
lady.
a fucking broom on your head.
I feel
Not
bad.
if it's
I
thin.
really don't know her at all.
It's because I don't
know
listen to
a single
country.
Song.
Musical styles: country, pop, and folk. She was raised in rural Kentucky. Oh no! Unlike her siblings who were raised in rural Kentucky, she was raised in an urban environment with a diverse atmosphere.
Well.
Oh, so she was around black people.
Yeah.
Cool.
The word gospel's in here, so probably.
So back to I mentioned this before, but
Look at her hair.
Oh my God.
gross.
no, you're right.
Cut
Lot of
that
hair.
fucking
Not
hair.
sanitary.
Gross.
You're right.
But the American ignorance angle for most of these characters, which they were entirely based in before 2016, it's just a little too real, and it doesn't seem exaggerated at all. Like Cal not saying like these colors don't run, and
They were exaggerations of life, and now they're just truths of life.
right. So I think what I was disappointed in is that they didn't seem exaggerated.
Yeah,
Not
that is
now.
true.
I think back in 2006, we all laughed because we're like, people aren't this crazy.
it was odd to rewatch it
Now
in
they are
2020.
crazy.
And even with even when Will Ferrell was like, "Oh, now the room start," after Jean Girard breaks his arm,
Room starting to spin because the gayness.
the room starting to spin because of all the gayness. I'm like, "Oh, that doesn't feel great.
Land.
That doesn't
Mm.
feel great." Well, I say that, and then I go this line I love when Jean Girard breaks Ricky Bobby's breaks his record on the track.
Oh,
And he goes, "John Girard is now in the pole. We mean that strictly from a racing standpoint, and in no way is that a statement about his sexual orientation." I laughed my ass off after that. I'm like, that's funny.
I like the note that's on the marshmallow bag of Lucky Charms. Do not try and snort these Lucky Charms.
oh yeah.
I like the fact that he had sponsors on his cast when he broke his arm.
Wonder Bread.
Yeah, Wonder Bread.
Mhm.
That's commitment.
That he sawed it off. No. As a medical professional, do not take a saw to your own cast. Ever.
Very interested. How do they take cast off? Like in
So it's called a cast saw,
oh,
but they're made that if they hit skin, they turn off.
how do they know? I say they. How does the saw know?
Do they?
It's a level of pressure.
What do you mean?
So if you're putting pressure on a hard cast, and
Oh,
then suddenly
okay.
the pressure gives, it turns off. So it won't even hit you skin, basically.
Oh, that's
But
miracle of technology.
Wouldn't it have to turn off if the pressure changes? No.
No, because you're cutting, and then as soon as there's a give, it turns off.
Gotcha.
But you also only have to cut through the hard part, and then you can cut through the soft part with scissors, so you really don't have to cut that far down.
Never broke a bone.
Right.
Let's knock on that.
I don't know. What I
I'm
was doing
leaving.
there. I've
None of you had a cast cut off?
No.
no. I broke my wrist, but I don't remember how the
broke-
cast was taken off.
2 teeth. That's it.
Amateurs, all of
You
you.
didn't have the cast taken off? Those 2 teeth? I'm kidding.
No. Surprisingly.
I like Cal Naughton Jr.'s line. When you say psychosomatic, you mean he can start
Start
fires with his
fires.
brain? It's the best. So funny.
Tom Cruise! Use your witch doctor to put the fire on me.
Oprah Winfrey.
Lots of great fashion choices in this movie. We'll start with
The Crystal Gale t-shirt.
Amy
Number 1.
Adams.
yeah, that was one of them. Then we had the jorts with the calf-high socks when he's delivering pizzas. That's pretty good.
Nice jean shorts, Ricky Bobby.
I like that Reese at one point has a mesh Acapulco half tee at one point.
Mm.
That's pretty good. And then Ricky has a Winnebago hat It's just a hat that says Winnebago.
Really, truly though, Amy Adams was wearing like a wrap shirt at one point with like long.
when they meet up in the
jeans.
bar?
It was very.
And they're like,
yeah.
Is that the scene?
We're gonna make animal noises.
It's very 2006.
This
for
feels
sure.
like a Whitesnake video.
Yeah, and she like names the lady in
Are
the
we
White
doing
Snake
this right
video.
now? Yeah.
Yeah, that was
You mean Tawny Katane?
Tawny Katane. Yeah.
Oh, she's on it.
Jack McBrayer. It looks like McBriar. No, it's McBriar. It looks like McBriar. Jack McBriar's line, it's a hard habit to break. Kind of like stalking an ex-girlfriend.
Yep.
When he's just talking about he's working at a car wash, but like it's a hard habit to break by not being in a fucking pit crew.
Yep. Changing her
And-
tires, the old lady's tires.
McBriar had definitely some great scenes in this movie. One of them was when he was giving that crazy after Amy Adams gives that crazy speech that kind of riles Ricky Bobby up at
bar.
the end.
Mhm.
No, at the end.
Oh.
And then Glenn starts giving his Excalibur and King Arthur speech,
Yep.
and he's like, "Hey, Glenn, everything Susan just said, you wrecked it. It's all ruined. You wrecked it." But and Jack McBriar's such a lovable character that you can't listen to him and look at him and not think he's the sweetest man ever.
No, it's true. It's true. You just gotta give the guy a hug.
So I have a question about him from a female perspective.
Sure.
Is he too
Goofy?
effeminate and goofy?
No. I think he's
Like, so-
goofy. He's funny.
Like, I know, but from an
Glenn died, and his last words in my arms.
hey, Glenn,
So scared.
Glenn, I see you. I see you back there.
Was I hope Ricky Bobby wins this race for me?
No,
No, I think he's perfect.
I do-
I think he chose the line just fine. I don't think he's
no,
too effeminate.
I'm saying in general,
Yeah.
Jack McBriar is
No. Because I think that's the irony of having someone kind of effeminate on the NASCAR crew.
yeah.
No, I'm not saying in this movie. I'm saying in general.
general?
If you were a woman, could you be attracted to Jack McBriar because
Oh, attracted? No. But
Okay, that's
But that's mostly because of his
yes.
face. Once again, it's just got one of those faces.
well,
It's
no,
just the.
is it because of his face or because he appears
the
It's the
teeth.
goofiness.
to have the
I
personality
think.
of a 10-year-old boy?
It's the teeth.
His teeth are fine, I think.
It's him. I don't know how to explain it. It's
Right,
just
so-
him. It's
Because he doesn't have enough masculinity to be like, yeah.
I think it's because in every role he's a pushover, but I don't know him in real life. Maybe in real life he's a super hard ass.
true. Who knows?
I doubt it, but maybe.
Taking the
Love
under
to
on
hear
that
from
one.
ya.
Yeah, so I say I doubt it, but maybe.
I
Hey,
want-
Jack, if you want to chime in at any time,
Yeah,
Give us
we'd
a
love
call.
to hear from you.
we got a voicemail feature.
We already talked about the cougar, but I love the fact that he named the cougar Karen.
Karen,
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
good.
Very timely.
Calm
in this
down,
day and
Karen.
age.
Down, Karen. It's just back then in 06, it was just such a random. Like now that name has significance, but back then it was just like a random awesome name to
It
give
lands.
a fucking cougar in the back of your
Karen
car.
the Cougar.
It lands different now.
Although some Karens are also cougars. They're
That
just
is so
dicks.
true.
Yeah.
Not wrong.
I hate
Wrong.
Karens.
I know one
They're the
really
worst.
good Karen. Shout out to the only Karen that I truly love. But
Are you saying like a Karen, like her name is Karen,
her
or
name is Karen.
or Karen, like, who
unfortunately,
wants to
yes.
speak
to
no,
the
she's
manager,
not.
Karen.
It is Karen.
No, no.
Not a
Being
Karen.
named Karen
but
and being a Karen are two
suddenly
different
this
things.
year.
so a pronoun,
being
not a
Karen.
noun?
Correct.
Exactly.
Got it.
Correct.
Got it. Applebee's must have fucking funded a shit ton of this movie because they're in the restaurant a few times.
Y'all want to go get kicked out of an Applebee's?
But they literally have a commercial.
A full.
A
well,
commercial at
half
the end of this
commercial.
movie.
Yep.
If you don't chew big bread, fuck you.
No, it's before that.
That
know.
was the, yeah.
This is the Jack Hawk 9000, available at Walmart. It was the whole movie was product placement.
Jack Hawk.
That's what I said.
Oh, I thought you said Jack Off. Which actually might be better. It's the Jack Off 9000. I bet that would sell
Either
way
way, it would
better.
sell a lot.
Might
nice.
land.
Yeah.
Might land.
Might be. Gag reel holds up. It's the last thing I have.
Yep.
Oh no, I have one more thing. It's when Amy Adams is talking to Reese for the first time. He goes, "I'm his lady. I'm Susan.
Yep.
We had sex." And he goes, "Well, I wish I could have been there for that."
No.
It's like, what?
No.
What-
It's my and the grandson, the redheaded grandson, says, there's my mangy transient grandfather."
I'll take that as a compliment. Fucking ugliest kids.
Anarchy.
You know what time it is?
It's trivia.
It's time for Tipsy Trivia.
I always know what time it is. You gonna do it?
A little late. I think it was a little late. Calvin wouldn't like that. So,
although it is Calvin's fart.
yeah, it's still so gross that he recorded that on his mic.
That's why no one's used his mic, because we don't want to get
No, people have come on, like,
you don't want
guests have come on who listen and are like, which one does he use? I'm like, no, he uses the headset. Don't worry. And then I'm not using the mic that he used. I'm like, that's fine.
You don't want
I get it.
Nobody needs pink eye.
Respect.
There's already COVID in the air. We don't need anything else.
This is the portion of the podcast where we have 5 trivia-based questions from the film. If the two broads...
I take broad as a compliment, so I don't know why.
Yeah, you've said that in the past. So all right.
Because you guys use it so liberally.
I liberally use broad. If they get 3 of the 5 questions correct, I have to shotgun and they don't. If they get less than 3 correct, they have to shotgun and I don't. But inevitably, whoever wants to will end up shotgunning beers. Number 1. Which actor from this film, other than John C. Reilly, has also appeared in the MCU? It's not multiple choice. You have to guess, and it's going to be tough. But I give you a freebie on number 2. You won't get it, but I'll give you a few more seconds to try.
You won't get it. Okay.
I know this pretty well, which is sad.
I feel like
It's a small
Amy
role.
Adams.
It's not.
No,
She was
in
DCU.
DC, yeah.
That's it.
So I'm just going to call this.
Yeah.
It's
It's not Sasha Baron Cohen, is it?
Nope.
No, okay.
Leslie Bibb. She was Christine Everhart in Iron Man 1 and 2, which would be Ricky Bobby's first wife.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
So number 2 is just a gift to you. Because I knew the first one was hard, so I'm giving you a freebie. So this is just a statement.
I can't even remember the last time I watched Iron Man 1. That's an old movie.
It's been a minute.
07.
I say it's as
A
old as this
year
movie,
after
for sure,
this, yeah.
Yeah. So number 2, not a question, just a fact. On 2 different occasions in this movie, John C. Reilly foreshadows his future team up with Will Ferrell on Holmes and Watson. Early in the film, he describes himself as Dr. Watts, and by the end of the film, he says Abracadabra Holmes. I think that's a stretch, but it's definitely a stretch. But it was interesting nonetheless. All right, so 1-1. Number 3, over under 3.5. How many people in this movie were also in Wreck-It Ralph?
Over. 3.5?
Over under 3.5.
It's an odd number. I'm going to say over.
Under.
That's how over-unders work, because it's either 3 or 4. It was under 3. There's Jane Lynch, Jack McBrayer, and John C. Reilly.
Nice.
I just watched Ralph Wrecks the Internet like 2 weeks ago, so
Oh.
I should know that one.
Over under 2.5. Number 4. Over under 2.5. How many movies about racing has John C. Reilly been in?
I know the answer to this. I'll let you go first.
Oh, shit. No pressure. Under. Under 2.5.
No,
right?
verbally.
2. Under.
2.
That's correct.
Phew.
This and Days of Thunder.
I don't know why.
All right, so you guys are. I think you guys are good. Or no,
That's 3.
that's 3. Yeah. Number 5.
Well, for me, not for her. She missed the Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh boy, Ray.
Shit, call
She
me
missed
out.
the Wreck-It Ralph
This
question.
is-
Hey, just because you're a guest doesn't mean I'm gonna let
No,
you
it's true.
slide.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Number 5. Which actor who co-starred with Will Ferrell was originally supposed to play Cal Naughton Jr.? Was it A, David Koechner, B, Paul Rudd, C, Steve Carell, or D, Vince Vaughn? So this was the actor who would.
I also know the
I'm
answer
going to go
to this
Vince
question.
Vaughn.
Steve Carell.
That was my second.
The answer is C,
Really
Steve
disappointed.
Carell.
God damn
Pew
it.
pew, motherfucker.
Steve Carell was supposed to originally be Cal Naughton Jr. in
It's
this
4
film.
out of 5 for me.
It would have landed way
4 out of
different.
5.
Yeah, I can't imagine anyone other than John C. Reilly doing this. He was so
I
good.
can imagine David Koechner.
I
doing it.
really can't
Yeah,
imagine
yeah.
Steve Carell doing it, though.
But Koechner was in this movie. Yeah, he was, like one of
Pit crew.
yeah, pit crew guy.
But I can imagine him being Cal. It could have worked.
Yeah,
Not
I
Steve
agree.
Carell though.
Right, that's where, yeah.
Yeah, Steve Carell doesn't have the same.
It's different.
He isn't goofy
not right.
humor. He's like.
Oh, he is
sarcastic
goofy
He is
humor.
goofy.
In
It's-
what?
But in a
what
different
is he
way.
goofy humor?
A different
The
way.
Office?
The Office,
Not
yeah.
funny.
What?
Not funny.
It's not. I think it's definitely funny. It's
Not funny.
He's one of the most iconic characters in television history.
I hate it all. Yup.
Do you do Parks and Rec? Is that
Yeah, but
typically?
that doesn't mean I.
the same
typically
show.
People do
No, it's
one or
not.
the other.
It's the same show.
No, it's not. They're
It-
No. He is not a good boss.
typically,
Leslie Knope, great
Yeah, but
Bob.
that's the
people
funny
do
part
one or
about
the
it. Like,
other. It's either The Office or what the.
There's a giant
That's a
wasp in your
wasp.
house.
No.
it's not giant. It's a regular sized wasp.
No, it's a wasp.
It looks
period.
giant when it's inside.
Yeah, he's not gonna bother us.
He's bothering me.
He's gonna create
Is
a
he
nest in
bothering you?
here.
He's bothering me.
Oh, is he gonna create a nest in here?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't surprise me.
Drinking Buddies.
He flew right over your head. It was very alarming.
I've been stung by a wasp plenty of times. It's no big deal.
I've never been stung by a bee or a wasp.
It's not
Today
that bad.
is the day.
It's over.
Have you ever been camping or outdoors
Oh
ever?
yeah. No, country girl. Sorry about it.
So we
Drinking
choose
buddies?
portion of the podcast where we choose a character from the film that we would get irresponsibly shit-faced, drunk, shy-voed with, if you will. Caitlin, who's your drinking buddy?
Reese Bobby.
Solid. Ray?
I'm between the Molly Shannon character and his mother. What's his?
Jane
Jane
Lynch.
Jane
yeah.
Lynch,
No,
yes.
yeah, I get
No,
that.
I feel like Jane Lynch could get like reasonably messed
Maybe
up.
she was a little churchy in this movie.
Yeah, a little churchy. I feel like she could really break loose.
Who,
under
kn-
a couple
who
of
knew
things,
she was
for
a
sure.
lesbian?
This is Granny
True.
Law.
True, Granny Law. Mm-hmm.
Sounds
You
great.
gonna break us like wild horses, ain't you?
Between Jane Lynch and Molly Shannon, I feel like that would be solid.
Oh,
choice for
damn,
sure.
you took all of them. All right, I'm
Oh,
gonna
I'm
go.
so
I'm gonna
sorry.
go with Chip. That poor
Chip.
bastard.
Oh, no. Well, really?
He drops like some.
You gonna change his diapers too?
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm drinking with him. I'm not changing his
You're
diapers.
just getting an old man drunk.
Yeah, I'm good with
Okay.
that.
All right.
I would hope if I was Chip that I would get drunk with Chip, if that makes sense.
Not wrong.
There's a kilo of Colombian Bam Bam taped underneath the car. Hear those sirens?
Sirens.
This is not Oh Brother We're Out Thou.
That's true.
There's sirens.
But that was good writing in that. He was like, hey, how
Turned
was,
him into a frog.
he goes, how was NASCAR founded? It's like bootleggers who were trying to get the booze away from the police officers, but then they tried racing. And he's like, well, and then they kind of parlayed that into, oh, well, I just put a kilo of Colombian Bam Bam on your car and you have to evade the police. It was really good writing. I enjoyed it. It was good.
How was stock car racing founded?
All right, so
If
moving
you're
on
gonna
to
quote, you might as well quote right.
sorry, very sorry,
No, you're not.
very sorry.
You're not sorry at all.
Rotten Tomatoes over under. I will set the critics at a 70%.
What if the critics under 70?
Okay,
Critics always have problems with movies
I'm
like
with
this.
you under.
over 71.
Good.
Mm,
Not by
kudos.
much, but good.
By one. Yeah.
Audience, I will set as 75%.
Over. It's probably under, but I wish it was over.
I would put it over for sure, but
73.
That's embarrassing.
IMDb was
over.
7.2?
The Devil's Dick. It was 6.6.
Okay.
And then
It deserves higher than
I
that.
give this a Real Buzz ranking of a 7.7.
I give it an 8.5. It's the highest I've ever ranked a movie on this podcast.
Whoa.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
That's
Yeah.
solid for sure.
But we normally watch really shitty movies.
I don't pick them generally. I gave Hocus Pocus a pretty good ranking.
Yeah, one of every 5, you probably get a...
You know what? Talladega Nights, for as many times as I've watched it, I think I got to give it a 9.2. I
was
got to
gonna
step
say,
it up.
Holy shit,
Yeah.
that's so... Okay.
So you
It has
would
stood the test of time.
rate it
I think
over
people
Hocus Pocus?
Yes, because
Okay.
people watch it just as much now as they did then. I think it probably gets just as much playtime
This
as
is
Anchorman.
the first time that I watched it in a long time, but it really did hit
It holds up.
really well.
What would you give it, Ray? 1 out of 10.
1 out of 10. I'm gonna give it an 8. Solid 8.
8?
I
Okay.
can work with that.
Yeah, that's good.
I can work with that. I always want to say a 6.9, but you know, it ranked well above that. So
This
Wow.
was definitely a
for sure.
6.9. I really wish I would have ranked it that now because I gave it a 7.
a 6.9.
The best. Well, I guess that wraps this episode up. Thank you again for listening to another episode of Real Buzz Takes. Caitlin, take us out.
If I wanted a couple of wussies, I would have named them Dr. Quinn and Medicine Woman.
We are the Real Buzz Crew, and we review the best of the worst for you.
This concludes our broadcast day.